How can Israel be stopped?
I don't think it can. I don't think it can. I mean, I think it's just that Israel is firmly in the clutches of a genocidal apocalyptic cult. I just don't think that's an exaggeration. The people that run Israel, and unfortunately with the support of the majority of the Israeli population, they are just hell bent on achieving greater Israel and of actually knocking out their main rival, which is Iran. And I think they're not going to rest until that's achieved. Either that's achieved or they themselves are destroyed. I think that's what we're looking at.
That's how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
think it's going to end with the defeat of Israel. I think that's how it's going to end. And of course it could go nuclear. Again, when their very existence is threatened, they may choose to exercise the nuclear option.
I've been thinking about this potential war with Iran, and the more I think about it, I just don't think that Trump would do it. It just doesn't seem like he would lose his base. He would wreck the global economy. Yeah. He would destroy, his reputation, his legacy, everything.
I'm not sure. Because there are opposing forces, I think, first within his inner circle, and look at his appointments. A lot of these people he appointed are extreme Zionists and extreme anti-Iran war hawks. And just, unhinged in their hatred of Iran and their love of the Zionist vision. And then he himself, I think, there is the Trump that really doesn't like wars. But there's also the Trump that has sold his soul to Israel and is obsessed with overturning the Iranian regime, as he would call it. And it's just a question. I think there's a real risk that he will go in for, all-out war with Iran. You remember, he tore up the JCPOA. He imposed, these extremely severe sanctions on Iran. He also ordered the execution of Soleimani. Now, he did stop. There were people who wanted him to go start bombing Iran after that, people like John Bolton, and he didn't go along with that. And he did accept the Iranian retaliation and just, call it quits. So, I think you can find evidence for both possibilities. It may be that the sensible part of his brain wins out, but there is, he's also shown himself very vulnerable to this anti-Iranian, war, anti-Iranian rhetoric, and he's surrounded himself with a lot of these extremists on the issue.
Right. But if he does do this, we'll just enter a dark period, right? The global economy will turn upside down.
There's a real chance of it. Yeah.
Gas will go $10 a gallon straight up from Hormuz is closed. Then you're pulling in potentially Russia and China that will back Iran.
Yeah, I don't think they'll become involved directly, but they will support Iran. They'll supply them with weapons and give them economic and military backing. Yeah, no question about it.
It's so suicidal. I really hope that it doesn't happen. But you really think that there's a pretty good chance?
I think there's a real possibility. Just look at those appointments. The kind of crazy stuff that these people say about Iran. And again, it's just that he's Trump. Again, he's always been, I think, more sensible in foreign policy than his opponents, both 2016 and then again now. But he's always had to be in his bonnet about Iran. That for some reason he got convinced that Iran really is, the great Satan of the Middle East and needs to be taken out. And we'll see. But, maybe if we're it comes down to it and it's laid out before him, look, if we go this route, first of all, we may be humiliated. Our ships might be sunk, our bases might be destroyed. In fact, we're predicting that's what will happen. And then second, again, they can shut the Strait of Hormuz, the gas prices will double. That's going to be really bad for your approval ratings. And he may look at that and say, it's not worth it. I don't think he's a real warmonger. So when if he really understands the costs, he may just stop short. And maybe that's what he did, after the Soleimani assassination. Horrible as that was, he did stop there. So we can hope, it's not like there's no hope here, but I think there's reason to be very fearful. I mean, because there's some, like the anti-Iran forces are going to be, even strong in this upcoming administration will be stronger than they are in the Biden administration.
Well, if you're saying that Israel can't be stopped, that it's going to have to really, either be destroyed or they have to completely bring in the U.S. to completely destroy Iran and, to have the whole world set in chaos. Right, that's not going to work. So then what is the best thing that we can hope for? That similar situation as in with Russia, that Iran deals a devastating blow to Israel sooner rather than later, maybe before Trump takes office, or is that just going to escalate things even more?
Yeah,
and just say that no, we really have to go to war.
I'm afraid, in this case, that's what's going to happen. I mean, the pressure on Trump to do something about it, just like it's going to be huge. Just again, it's just because the pro-Israel forces in this country are so powerful. And again, they're much more powerful than the pro-Ukraine forces. And so it would be hard for any administration to ignore that pressure. And then again, look at that administration is an expression of that same Zionist extremism.